Hey, butt munchers. Do you know what this is?
A square?
A polyhedron, goddammit!
In algebra, the operation of squaring is often generalized to polynomials, other expressions or values in systems of mathematical values other than the numbers. So when Gary says it's a square alright.
The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa is a game like no other. This game reminds a lot about River City Ransom, but in the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa there's no hand-holding. With the developer story as interesting as the game itself, it's easy to see that this is a game made out of passion rather than fortune and fame. Developed by Russian developer Yeo, or Vlad as his real name is, the story of how the game came to be is a very interesting one. For instance, due to lack of artists, Yeo got his unemployed father to learn how to draw pixel graphics. This process meant years working in Paint, copying movement frame by frame of Yeo acting out all the fighting moves himself. It seems to have been quite a struggle to get this game ready for release. The game has been out for some time as a download, but luckily, recently PM Studios decided to do a physical version of this one. I think the pre-booking on this one was July, and it was recently released. This is the special edition. On the cover you find this little limited run logotype. Limited Run helped PM Studios by distributing this one. This game is not a part of the numbered and normal limited run catalog. This is just a partner store distribution. The special edition was released in 1,000 copies. Before we open this one, I want to send a huge thanks to PM Studios and Paul for sending us this one. I think I have got a few clues to what's inside, but I'm not sure that you do, so let's open this one. To help me unbox this one, I've got this trusty knife. I'm not too sure about this. This is a bit scary since I know this has been traveling all around the world for a month. Hopefully everything is good inside. But first let's talk about the cover. I'm not too fond about cardboard boxes because they get these, they get pressure dings, if you would say so. A surfer would say that. Pressure damage like this. Apart from that, I think this is a beautiful cover. I believe this was designed by an artist by the name of Sho Shiki, or Shiki Sho. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think the cover speaks for itself with the red design. Everything is in red tones. I think this is beautiful. The back side looks like that. And then we have the sides. The Friends of Ringo Ishikawa Special Edition. Let's open this one. We're gonna start with the paperwork in the box. You have some small, I think they called it posters, but I would probably call these flyers. Very nice nevertheless. I would love to have this one as a huge poster. I know this would look super nice framed, but it's kind of tiny if you want to put it on the wall. On the other hand, it's very nice to have something that's not folded up into something this big. And we all know that shipping posters in tubes, that's kind of expensive and not a solution. Anyhow, here we have all the I think most of the characters from the game. I think it's probably all of them. I played this game for maybe 3-4 hours, and a review will follow with some gameplay after the unboxing. And then you get to see all these characters. Here he is, Ringo Ishikawa. That's the man, the myth, the legend, Ringo himself. We also get another poster slash flyer, the map of the city. It's kind of difficult to get your head around the map in the game. Not difficult, but we have quite a few places where you can go, and I had some problems to find my house once I left it. You also haven't got any map in the game. That's actually one of the interesting things about the game. You don't really have an interface. No quest markers, no map, no nothing like that. As with the character map, I would love to have this as a big poster to frame it. The art style is really nice. Here we have the different spots you can visit in the game, like the pool bar, the school, the different shops, and your home. I'm actually considering if I should frame these in small frames, because I enjoy the look of these. This is also something I enjoy. You get this 16-page comic book with a story by Yo and art by Ueda M. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ueda. I haven't read this one since I just opened it, but I would assume that it's a bit of backstory maybe, of what led up to the story of the game. But the story of the game, we're going to talk more about that later after this unboxing. This reads like a classic manga, so it reads from the back. You would normally read from this side. Or does it? Yeah, it reads from the back because it says the end here. So instead of reading it like this, you would read it from this side. And the art style is very nice. Like I said, I haven't read this, so I have to get back to you regarding if I enjoyed it or not, but I assume I will. You also have some character sheets here, where you see you can read a bit about the characters of the game. So this is Ringo Ishikawa, and then you have his friends here: Shiro, Goro, Ken, Masaru. Interesting, beautiful comic. I think the only problem with this is that when you have read it, you want more. I'm going to save the special thing about this collector's box for last. So let's go to the game. I believe that the cover was made by Shoshiki, as with the cover for the box. Don't sue me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read, it was made by that artist. As with the collector's box, this is a beautiful cover. And the fact that everything has a red tone kind of reminds me of an old Tarantino movie or something. To me, this is a bit of old movie aesthetics, and I think it's beautiful. Very nice. Oops! Hej Rakel! Nej, vänt, nej, Rakel! Nej, Rakel. Inside looks like that. Nice interior art of Ringo and others in school. All of a sudden I have a new friend here. This is Shrimpy. Unfortunately, Shrimpy stepped on the last piece of the box. That was very unfortunate, since now it's kind of creased, but I can't be angry at her. She's like the cutest one in the world. Let's take a look at the last part of the collector's box, and this is cool. This is a Snes, Super Famicom, or as it says here, Super Favicon box. That's, I think it's supposed to remind us of River City Ransom and those kind of games. And this is really cool. This is something I enjoy to see in a collector's edition. It takes the inspiration of a certain game and just, you know, takes it further. So getting a replica case like this and what's inside is, I love it. I think this is better than stickers or, you know, art books really. So this is probably what Ringo Ishikawa would look like if it came out on the Snes or Super Famicom. I think this is fun. This is really fun. The backside looks like that. The fun thing here is that all the text here is just gibberish. It's nothing. Now I want to see what's inside. Don't be sad, puppy. Don't be sad. No. She's devastated, destroying Papa's game like that. It's okay. It's okay, puppy. Inside this badass case, we have something else. We have this. A small manual and a replica cartridge. That's the replica cartridge. It's got no interiors though, so there won't be a 8-bit Ishikawa game in here. Next in the box is this small manual to the Super Famicom version of the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa. And this is where you can learn all the cool moves. And I enjoy that everything is also in Japanese, to further strengthen the inspiration from Japanese lifestyle and Japanese games. Apparently Yo has never been to Japan before. I'm not sure if he's been there now, but during the development he didn't go there as far as I know. So that's a nice manual included in the Super Famicom box. Unfortunately, Shrimpy stepped on the box, so there's a crease around here. But that's okay, I'm not angry. That's about it, what you get included in the special edition box of the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa. Once again, a huge thanks to PM Studios and Paul for sending us this. Now stay focused a bit more, because I'm gonna give you some gameplay footage and a more proper review of the game. So stay with me for a bit more, and until next time, stay safe, stay gold, and keep your head down. From the look of the Friends of Ringo Ishikawa, it's easy to think this is a straight up beat 'em up, but that would be to simplify this game and would be unfair to the game and the developer. Saying that this is a beat 'em up only would be the same as calling Animal Crossing a fishing game. There's much more to this game than that. It has some parts from the beat 'em up genre, but also picks parts from other genres such as RPG and management games. The game starts with a fight, and right away you're tossed straight into the storyline, telling us about Ringo Ishikawa and how he's a delinquent gang leader. It also tells the story about him being a senior in high school with grades that's about as low as it gets. Since it's in the middle of the last semester, the principal are on your case, unsure what to do. Should he let Ringo stay another year in school or simply just kick him out? All Ringo has ever wanted was to become a Yakuza. Now you have a choice. Should you focus on fighting or focus on studying? The freedom is entirely up to you. You can play the game in a way where you only study, sleep, eat and repeat. Or you could train, practice martial arts and beat up rival gangs. How you play the game is up to you. One important part of the story, however you choose to play, is friendship and the interaction with fellow students, gang members and other characters. The fighting elements of the game are refreshing and quite fun, and even though the controls aren't too advanced at the start, it's enough with kicks, punches and grapples. When you practice martial arts and train, you will get better stats and have a bigger advantage in fights. What's so fascinating about the game though is the everyday life. Studying, talking to people and even working makes this almost as a movie-like experience where a shroud of melancholy makes the atmosphere great. The likeness of a River City ransom aside, if you're after a pure beat 'em up, this is not for you. This is a deeper experience where no hands are held. There's no quest markers, no in-game map. There's really not much on the screen at all, and this is a game that you basically just exist in. If you keep looking for quests and driving narrative that takes you step by step to the next checkpoint, then I'm sorry, I'm not sure you will like this game. But if you play it in a way where you just let time pass and you go with the flow, that's when you will appreciate it most. The game has its flaws, and it's not perfect by any means, but it's easy to let that pass since this is a charming game with some very good writing. The dialogue is where this game really shines, and it's a joy to see the interaction between Ringo and the people around him. The pixel art is great, and the aesthetics of the game suits the theme perfectly. Myself, I haven't been to Japan, and neither had Geo when he developed the game. However, I believe the design coupled with the lo-fi beats soundtrack captures the environments in a good way. No matter if you play this game to become the worst Yakuza ever or a student with top-notch grades, this is a game about growing up and coming of age.